Thank you for joining us today as we talk about how to protect your organization from data loss in Microsoft Teams. My name is Patrick David, and I am part of the Microsoft Compliance Customer Experience team. I am focused on helping your organization get the most from the Microsoft ecosystem. We hope you've enjoyed the first 3 videos in our series. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, please use the links to review them. In this video, we will cover how to review alerts and take action when a DLP policy is triggered. With the DLP policies in place, it's important to monitor, be notified, and act when a user attempts to do something they shouldn't be able to do, and review the alert to make sure the right action was taken. With advanced DLP Alert Management in Microsoft 365, we make it easier to streamline the effort to address DLP policy violations by providing new capabilities to quickly see if a detection is a true positive or not, and determine the appropriate remediation actions. In addition to that, customers can enrich DLP event investigations with information from threat protection and insider risk, and if needed, use advanced e-discovery to gather all the necessary information into a case to bring together more Microsoft 365 capabilities into a seamless solution. Now that our users have triggered some DLP policies, let's look at how an admin can review and take action on these events. To do this, we're going to go to the Compliance Center at compliance.microsoft.com. We're going to go down to the DLP solution, Data Loss Prevention, and we're going to go to the Alerts tab. And here in Alerts, we can see alerts that have occurred in our environment. In our case, we know we had some DLP policies in a Teams conversation. So let's take a look at this one here. And we can see that the policy that was matched was the Teams block credit card numbers, which is the one that we've created and used. We can see the time this was detected. We can see the severity that we set to medium. We can see the current alert status, and we can see who performed the actions. If we go to the Events tab, we can see additional information about this, and we can see that sensitive information was found in chats. If we click on this, it's going to take us to a more detailed page where we can get additional information about this. And we can see that Megan was the sender, Alex was the receiver. We can see the policy was blocked. We can see the actions taken, in this case, blocked access, notified the user, and generated the alert. And we can see that there was no override here. In the sensitive information types detected, we can see that the credit card number was detected, and it was one instance of this credit card at 85% certainty there was a credit card. If we go to the Overviews tab, we get additional information here, and we can also see additional alerts for this particular user. In this case, we can see Megan's had quite a few alerts in the last couple of days, and if we went to see more details, we can click. You can see all the alerts that we currently have for DLP for the user Megan. So this is just a filter back on the alerts page for Megan. So if we go back, we can manage this alert, and so we can see that it's active. Maybe we want to start investigating this. Again, we've seen Megan's had quite a few DLP alerts in the last couple of days, so we want to assign this to Alan, who is our compliance officer, and we can give some comments here and then save this. So Alan's going to be notified that he's been assigned this investigation task, and if we go back to the alerts and we scroll down, we can see here that it's being investigated. Here we can see we've got a couple that are resolved, another one that's being investigated. So as Alan does his investigation, he can go in, change the status, and change that to resolved when necessary. So we also saw where Megan shared out a file, and that was the US credit card data in Teams. And so we can click on this policy for US credit card data, and we can see this is the file. Again, we've got information about this. Let's just quickly go and view the details on this. And if we look at the event, we can see here details about this particular file. So it's a little different than the Teams chat one. So we can see who this file owner is, where it is in the particular site, an actual target to the file path, when it was last modified, and then the policy information similar to how we saw with the Teams. But here you'll notice in the sensitive information type detected, we actually had 10 instances at 85% confidence. Go here to the sensitive information types tab, and we can see that the sensitive information was credit card numbers, the account, and the confidence level about that. In addition to alerts for DLP when a DLP policy is triggered on a file that is shared in Teams, which is backed by SharePoint and OneDrive, it might be useful to use the Activity Explorer to get additional information about this file. To do this, we're going to go back to the data loss prevention solution and click on the Activity Explorer. And this is going to filter our Activity Explorer based on the DLP rule match activity. We know this file was shared over Teams, and we know the backend for Teams is SharePoint. So we can filter this further by selecting SharePoint from Locations. Once filtered down, we can expand the Files tab. So we can see the file here that we're looking for. We're going to click on it, and this will bring up additional details. So what the activity was, when it happened, what the file name was, who the user was that shared this particular file, the file size, what sensitive information type was detected, the DLP policy that was triggered, what the rule action was, so it would generate an alert, and we can see the parent location of where this file lives in the file path. While we're in here, if we click on the credit card sensitive information type to get detailed information about what actually triggered that DLP policy. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. So again, just another way that we can do additional investigation when it comes to DLP policies being triggered. If you remember back, we had Megan also override one of the DLP policies. And so in order to see that, we're going to go to the reports inside our Compliance Center. And when reports loads, there's going to be an option down here for DLP, false positives, and overrides. So we can view the details on this. And this is going to give us the details of either folks that have marked their DLP policy as a false positive or they've overridden a DLP policy. So we're going to take a look at this, and we can see this actor was Megan, blocked by credit card numbers, the rule, the event type, and we can see right here the justification that Megan gave in the case to override that DLP policy. And so the justification was need to order a new machine, and we can see the sensitive information type, confidence level, the instance counts, and the severity, where the source was, in this case, Teams. And so this is a way we can track and see users that have provided justification to override a DLP policy and what that justification was. Let's review what we covered in today's video. First, we looked at how an admin can review alerts for DLP policies that have been triggered. We looked at the details we can find about the alert and how we can quickly see all alerts for a particular user. We then looked at how we can manage investigations of the alerts and how this can be tracked in DLP. Next, we got even more details on a file that had broken a DLP policy with Activity Explorer. Finally, we looked at how we can track false positives, or in the case of this organization, what files have been shared with business justification, and review what the justification was given by the user. If you've not had a chance to check out our Compliance One-Stop Shop page, please take some time to check it out. This site contains easy-to-find content and resources for compliance solutions and Microsoft 365, including webinars, deployment acceleration guides, other videos, links to our preview programs, and much, much more. Thank you for watching our video today, and we hope you enjoyed our series on protecting your Microsoft Teams data with the Microsoft DLP solution. If you have questions or would like to join in the compliance conversation, please join our Yammer group found here. If you enjoyed this video or would like to see other videos, please use the feedback link to provide us feedback.